Hi, I'm Lee. Welcome to my vlog. Welcome to my channel. In January, me and my husband, we flew out to Argentina and boarded the Celebrity Equinox for a 15-night cruise to the Antarctic. And it was the trip of a lifetime. In this vlog, I'm going to take you on a tour of the Equinox, show you around the ship and all the spaces that she has to offer. The vlog was filmed throughout the cruise. It starts in Ushuaia, the southernmost city in the world, and over the course of the cruise, I filmed the rest of the tour. That's why you'll see me have a woolly hat on, a fleece, to have my arms out in Argentina. So get yourself a brew and let's go on a tour. Welcome to the southernmost city on the planet. Welcome to Ushuaia. Whilst the ship is pretty empty because people are off exploring, I thought we'd do a bit of a walkthrough. So, let's start up here on deck 14 or 15, which is the basketball area. Above here you have the retreat sun deck. Let's head to the aft of the ship and the sunset bar. To my left you have the steps that lead up to the retreat sun deck, and heading down these stairs you end up on deck 14. Coming down onto deck 14, which is actually deck 13, but the skips are 13, I'm guessing for look reasons. Then during the day, on port days, during the sea days even, you have the mast grill where you can get burgers and hot dogs and fries during the day. And the mast grill overlooks the pool area, which is 4 hot tubs, 2 pools, and nobody's sunbathing today because, well, it's cold, hence the woolly hat, fleece. Continuing along deck 14, you have the walking and running track, which loops all the way around deck 14. But if you want to do a longer walk and get more steps in, I'd recommend going up the stairs right ahead of me, past the lawn club, past the sunset bar, and looping all the way back round to the basketball court at the top of deck 15. It's a much longer walk and you get much better views of the ocean and the scenery around you. Oh, it's windy. Other resources of the ship, you have a hot glass studio, and the lawn club with private cabanas which you can rent for a small mortgage. As we continue our journey to the aft of the ship and the sunset bar, we come to the smoking area on my right hand side here. When we were last on the Celebrity Equinox back in 2023, this whole area was grassed. Since then they've put in more seating, which I think looks fantastic. Continuing past the sunset bar, we have more seating. This side of the ship is the non-smoking area. So if you want to avoid the smell of smoke, then I would recommend sitting on this side of the ship. One of my favourite things to do was get a drink, sit in one of these comfy chairs to the right and just watch the waves pass me by. It was heaven. To my left you have lots of towels and blankets which are free to use throughout the cruise. We have more private cabanas on this side of the lawn club. And with views like this, how could I resist doing a bit of a selfie? Walking down these stairs, we return to deck 14. You can see right ahead of me the walking and running track, which would take us back to where we started at the top of deck 15. But as we head down these stairs, we end up on deck 12, the pool area. Around the pool area on deck 12, as you can see, there's lots of seating. On sunny sea days, you'll often find a DJ entertaining the crowds around the pool, as well as games and activities happening by the entertainment team. There are 4 hot tubs, as well as 2 pools, and right ahead of us, we have the pool bar. The stairs in front of me arrive at the mast bar as well as another outdoor smoking area, but walking past the stairs we're heading into the adult-only solarium. Just before these doors you have some male restrooms. Walking into the solarium, it's a wonderful space, really bright, and it often gets quite busy on cold sea days. In the far right corner you have the Solarium Cafe, which is open for both breakfast and lunch with healthier bites to eat, as well as tea and coffee facilities and a water machine. Walking back out of the solarium, back past the pool area, we now arrive on deck 11 and the library. The library goes over both decks 10 and 11 and has fantastic views of the tree over the atrium, and then on deck 9 you have the card room. So it's currently day 9 and I'm finding new places still on the ship. So we've got a Celebrity Eye Lounge which is full of Mac computers. You can buy iPads and Meta Quest 3s by the looks of it. And all this type of stuff, which, considering this is the second time on this ship, I just don't realise that this place existed. So it pays to explore when you come on a cruise ship. Wow. Let's do some more exploring. And now we arrive on deck 5, which really is the heart of the ship. To my left, we have Sushi on 5, which does fantastic food. I would absolutely recommend the Kobe beef sliders and the pork ramen. It was delicious. Continuing past Sushi on 5, we end up in the gallery area as well as the world-class bar to my right. The Equinox is just filled with art all around the ship. There's art auctions, and everywhere you look there's a new piece of art. To my left we have the standard shops you would find on most cruise ships, all expensive jewellery and handbags. Continuing past the luxury shops you arrive at my favourite, Cafe El Bacho, that does fantastic sweet treats and warm drinks. The cakes, pastries and cookies you see now are included in your cruise fare. The warm drinks and specialty coffees are included in both the classic and the premium drinks package. Cafe El Bacho also has a full bar and cocktail menu, and it would be our go-to place for our pre-dinner gin and tonic. As we continue to explore deck 5, we arrive at the Ensemble Lounge. The lounge is a great place to kick back of an evening. There's often music playing, the curtains are closed and the vibe is chilled. For retreat guests, you'll also find the retreat lounge here, as well as the entrance to Murano, the specialty restaurant. There are also restrooms to my right. We've now arrived at the aft of deck 5 and the 3 restaurants, Blue, the Tuscan Grill and Le Petit Chef. The Tuscan Grill is the first restaurant we'll take a look at. It has fantastic views of the wake of the ship and does Italian-inspired food. Next up we have Blue. Blue is for aqua guests only. It does lighter bites and it's a smaller restaurant reserved just for people in an aqua class stateroom. And finally we have Cuisine and Le Petit Chef, which is another specialty restaurant and a really unique dining experience. Welcome to the Martini Bar and Deck 4. Of an evening, there's often a DJ playing here. The bartenders not only serve drinks, but they also entertain. You'll find them throwing bottles in the air, catching ice, and really getting the crowd going throughout the evening. Heading past the Martini Bar, we end up at the celebrity shops as well as the entrance to the casino and the casino bar. Walking past the shops, you arrive at the entertainment core, which is a second atrium that has another entrance into the casino. You'll also find here the future cruise desk, as well as a nightclub, Quasar, which often has karaoke of an evening. Coming out of Quasar and across the way, you have Celebrity Central, where you'll find movies played throughout the day, as well as late night comedy of an evening.
So, a talk has just finished in the theatre. I really love the theatres on the Solstice class ships. They're just really grand and quite breathtaking. It goes over 3 floors. I like the theatres in here a lot. The shows haven't been that good so far, but, well, so far it's the second to last day of the cruise, but yeah, the theatres on the Solstice class ships are beautiful, 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 beautiful.
Staying on deck 4, we arrive back at the Martini Bar. This time we cross the stairs, and right ahead of us we have the Craft Social. To my left you have another entrance into the casino, and now you have the Craft Social, which is a sports bar and pub that has live games on big screens. You can also get burgers and wings here, but it's worth noting that any food bought in the Craft Social is not included in your cruise fare. And finally on deck 4 we arrive at the Silhouette main dining room. The main dining room goes over 2 floors. Deck 4 is for guests with anytime dining. If you have anytime dining, it is possible to pre-reserve a table before you board, or you can do that in the app whilst you're on the ship as well. Whereas Deck 3 is for guests who have got either set dining times of 6 PM or 8 PM. As I exit the Silhouette dining room, we arrive back at the Martini Bar, and we make our way to the central staircase to head down to Deck 3. Walking down the stairs, we arrive at the bottom of the atrium, where to my left you'll find another lounge and bar area with plenty of seating. To my right is guest relations. You'll also find the Shore Excursions desk on this floor, as well as another entrance into the main dining room. Coming back to Deck 12 forward, we have the Solarium to my right and the spa area right ahead of me. To my left, we'll make our way into the gym. The gym is a really great size with all the equipment you could ever want. As the gym is located right at the front of the ship, you get some incredible views while both at sea and in port, as you can see today. On sea days, the gym does get very, very busy, or at least it did on this cruise. The gym also has its own sun deck and sun lounges, which you've just seen. As I make my way back out of the gym, to my right is the entrance to the thermal spa and thermal suites. If you're staying in an Aqua Class stateroom, you do get free access to the thermal suites, but standard guests would need a pass to access these facilities. However, if it's just a sauna you're looking for, the changing rooms on this floor do also have free saunas that you can use in the changing rooms. Leaving Deck 12, we arrive at Deck 14, and one of my favourite parts of the ship, the Sky Observation Lounge. The Sky Observation Lounge is a classic lounge that you find on a cruise ship. It's got floor-to-ceiling windows right at the front of the ship, so you get fantastic views while at sea. There's a variety seating that can be found in the Sky Lounge. It's perfect for getting a drink and just kicking back and relaxing. Throughout the day, you'll often find quizzes and trivia happening on sea days, while of an evening there's usually either a DJ or live music, and even a silent disco from time to time to keep you entertained.
Welcome to a very warm and very sunny Porto Madryn.
Oh, it's getting warm. Because the ship's so quiet, I might take this opportunity to film some stuff in the Ocean View Cafe, which I've been reluctant to do so far because there's always people in there, and I think I'm just trying to be respectful, not to get as many people on the vlog as possible because it's kind of invading their holiday. So while it's so empty, I'm going to see whether I can get some footage from in there. The Ocean View Cafe. Calf. Yeah, Ocean View. Let's go. They're currently setting up for lunch because it's only 11:30, but you can see there's lots of different food stations. Drink facilities. And lots and lots of ales. And this goes all the way around. So you come out here. And you get the after the ship. You've got bar service if you want it. There's, I think we'll all agree, quite an incredible view. Oh, balcony somewhere down there. And then going back through these doors, you've got, again, more seating, more coffee, that's included. And incredible views out of floor-to-ceiling windows. You can get table service of drinks in here as well. So much selection, and each day there's kind of been a different theme and different nationality theme whilst you've been in here for lunch. You've got options for ice cream, and every entrance has got hand sanitizer stations as you come in. So that is the Ocean View Cafe. And I finished the tour with a tour of our cabin, which is 8351, which was a sunset balcony cabin. On deck A, the room is a really good size. The woodwork does date the room and it is very early 2000s. The bed was a really good size and was super comfy. I had to raise a complaint about the balcony because it was dirty and all the paintwork is chipped and it just looked untidy. It took until day 5 for maintenance to fix the balcony and make it usable, which was a real shame considering that was a third of the cruise. But Celebrity did make it right and gave us some compensation as well as a free meal in Murano. There's plenty of storage in the room as well as a fridge and minibar along with a safe. The vanity that you see to the right has 3 plug sockets, 2 US and 1 European, and the bathroom is an excellent size with a really good size shower and lots of room to get ready. And that was the Celebrity Equinox. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, maybe a subscribe or leave a comment. But until next time, bye for now.